Round 1, fight! Yoga! Yoga! Kozakashi! You win! Perfect!
Game on.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on today's episode. Now I want to tell you that I currently am doing this recording with a program called Wirecast. It's a streaming application that was very generously donated to me by Wirecast, and putting it through its paces. So right now it's actually being done as a local recording, not streaming just yet. Still learning the ins and outs of it, but I figured I'm going to do a video today, so I might as well try the software out. And again, big thanks to Wirecast for giving me the opportunity to try out this streaming application. It seems really robust and got a lot of cool features in there I need to figure out. But in any case, let's take a look at what we're going to be talking about today on Glen's Retro Show. I last night received in the mail, and a lot of people have been getting it, I think over the past couple days as well. It is the new Replicade Street Fighter II Champion Edition. Now, I have their original Centipede, which I think is fantastic. They did a really beautiful job. They initially had some issues with power from the batteries. They were very responsive and took care of it. Then they came out with their Tempest, and I love Tempest. I picked that up. My reviews of both of those will be down below. Tempest and the Centipede look beautiful. I did have some issues with Tempest with the rotary encoder that they used. They did such a fantastic job with the trackball in that Centipede. I guess my expectations were a little too high, and they didn't use a smooth spinning encoder. It's actually a segmented, almost like your old TV channels. If you're like me, you're old enough to remember the TVs that go click, 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 click. That's the type of selector that's used. I mean, it does work, but at Tempest, there's just something about that smooth rotation to be able to spin it a little bit longer. And one of my projects is going to be replacing that encoder with something smoother and hopefully being able to continue to rotate around. And there were some of the issues with some lag with the way the Tempest guy went around. And once again, Replicade was extremely responsive. They came out with some firmware updates to address that as well. You can keep it with their, what they call the simulated spin, or you could take it away. I kind of go back and forth. You can do firmware as many times as you like, and it's not difficult to do, so I've kind of gone back and forth on both. Now, this is the newest one, which is the Street Fighter II. These are just starting to come out right now, and I'm going to be completely, totally honest. I was never a fan of Street Fighter II. I've really never played it, maybe a minute or two here and there, and I lose a lot. But I bought this simply because the work they do deserves my money, to be quite honest. I purchased all three of these, and the attention to detail they put in, and this was, I got this on their original backer. I paid like $100 for this, $114 with shipping, and they do really nice work. So I simply want to keep these going along because they're beautiful. They don't take up a lot of space, and they just really do really nice work. And I wanted to, give them my support. So with that being said, if I try to find my little razor right here, let's go do a little unboxing here of this guy. This is how it was shipped. Now the original two, the original Centipede and Tempest, they shipped a box within a box. Now they're just shipping the box, and I wish they kind of did it the other way. I know why they're not, because it costs some money. But when they ship these, you see they get little dents and imperfections, and not everyone is like me. Mad Pixel and I kind of go back and forth jokingly that he knows that I'm a little crazy when I try and save the boxes and so forth. And actually, you can check out his review. He just got his. He posted his last night. I haven't had a chance, which is why I'm doing it now. But he had a really good, favorable review of the whole machine, the controls, and everything like that. But he does know I get a little crazy with these boxes, so I'm a little disappointed about that. But they show on the box here that it's coming from Replicade Amusements, and let's get this box open. So I am going to, you know what? I'm going to take it from right here. What the hey? What the hey? Get my blade here. Open this little guy right up. Come right across. And I wasn't always this way. I didn't always want to save boxes, but now that I'm kind of, I'm really collecting these things, and I'm trying to keep them from nostalgia, you know, I suppose, or I'm crazy. Maybe a little bit of both. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to put this blade safely out of the way so I don't like chop my finger off. And let's put this back in the center here, and let's see what we got inside. Very nice, very nice. They, at least you can see here, they have some protection here, so if the box gets hit, which this box definitely got a couple of dings in it. You saw that when I had it before. Looks like it's been fairly well protected. I do like that they put these in here. I appreciate Replicade understanding that a lot of people keep the boxes. We know I do, but some people do keep the boxes, and we want to try and keep them in as good a shape as possible. So I really appreciate them using these little things here to kind of really protect the unit. I sure do, anyway. So once again, the packaging just looks really great. Let's get this thing out of this box. We'll turn this thing down for a second here. Move this and all the piece of wood. There was actually more on the bottom. Look at that. Replicade, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Make sure my box comes to me in really good condition. So, let's see here. Here's what we got. Move this over, get that. Oh, the glare's worse that way. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. There we go. So, is this right side up for you guys? I'm trying to see it. It looks like it is upside down for you guys. I'm going to turn this thing around so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. A little more. Still getting that reflection. I hate reflections. Anyway, that's probably from the plastic that's on here, but the box looks really, really nice. Now, they have the joystick here, but they did include a secondary one, so you could have a two-player person going. There's one of these included. You can purchase another one, so you don't have to use this controls. You can sit side by side, one person here playing the game. But I know Mad Little Pixel kind of tried both, and he said the controls worked really, really well. And the box just looks really, really nice. Let's take a look at this side right here. In typical fashion, I'm really sorry about the glare. Again, this is I'm trying some new things out here, and looks like I'm right above a light. That's a little bit better. We have some coins. It's really cool that they include these little collector coins with it. The buttons, I love these buttons. They feel really, really great. At least it did on the Tempest and the Centipede. And the actual Street Fighter, logo on there. Take a look at the back here. Mad Little Pixel kind of said the same thing. If you want to get a screen capture of this or pause the video, you can kind of see what... oh god, that glare is really bad, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. It's a little bit better. If you want to freeze the video, you can do so and see everything that's on it. Now, what's really neat that Replicade does do is they have these little... see if I get in the shot here. They have these little other... Oh, it's right in the spot here. My god, there we go. They have the little machines. I don't know what they are just yet. Now, we do know they're coming out with an Asteroids, Missile Command, and the Dragon's Lair, but there's more than that here, so more machines are coming. And actually, they do show the Asteroids right there, Dragon's Lair. See, they don't show the Missile Command, so that must be this one right here, the Missile Command. So there's actually 4 more that they're thinking of doing, which is kind of cool. And then on this side over here, in between my incredibly annoying light that I have right above the box, we have our joystick, and I really like how that joystick looks. Mad Little Pixel seemed to think it felt good, but it looks really good. The coin door, which does light up, one will be putting in coins, one will access your menu, and then it shows you in the back where the secondary joystick goes in its spot. So I guess the next big thing we need to do at this point is to take it out of its plastic here. And I might not need my razor blade here. Nope, looks like I will not need my blade, so the blade gets put away. And let's just go over here and see what we have. We're going to change the camera, so let's go to a full view. You need to see me this whole time. Let's go do a full view of the machine. There we go. This. It's kind of nice to put on the top as well. Got to get upside down for me to break it up for you guys, I guess. There we go. So, and the paper and the artwork, I mean, it looks really, really nice. I'm really glad the box is in good shape. I hate when the boxes get damaged in shipping and stuff like that. All right. Ooh. There we go. And it's like early Christmas, I guess, over here. Now, in the other boxes, I know that you simply would slide them up to take them out. But it looks like now they changed that. So it looks like if you pick up one of the sides here, I think it's this side right here. Here we go. So they did change it, but look what they did. And that's kind of nice. Whoops. They got all the information in here. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition and Turbo. And the characters listed on there. That's nice. I like that. And again, I apologize. This is a new camera setup I'm trying out right here. It's not what I normally do. So I do apologize. The video's kind of like weird. And we have, of course, our foam topper backing. And the camera's completely out of focus. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. There we go. Back in focus. So a piece of foam. First thing we have in here, I will take a look at is, a user manual. Right here. Another piece of protective foam. And then an actual machine. So let's open up this bag right here. And I'm going to try and not flick it open and have things fly all over the place. There we go. Okay, so of course we have our Replicade owner's manual. And they do a nice job in these manuals as well. They usually give you very detailed information about all the different features in the machine. They're very thorough. Very, very nicely done. I wish more manufacturers would, do a manual as good as that Replicade does. So put that to the side for a second. Looks like they included some extra feet, extra rubber feet, in case you needed it. Okay, we'll put that to the side. Of course, we have our power cord, power charging cord, which is a standard USB to micro USB. Nothing special with that. And then last but not least, there's another foot in there. There's feet everywhere. There's 4 feet. Okay, there's our 4 feet. And then our little micro coins, which is kind of nice. Alright, so we don't want to put this over our head and choke ourselves, so we'll put this to the side. And now for the main thing we want to take a look at, of course, is the actual machine itself. We'll take this out of the box. And we'll put the box aside to keep that nice and safe and sound. Put that over to the side. And let's get this out of the plastic here. It looks like it's just... Oh, look at that. I like the bottom already. I know you can't see it just yet, but hold on, I'm getting this thing out of the bag. There we go. I'm going to show you what I found on the bottom first of all. That's really neat. The Replicade New Wave Toys is actually in the plastic. Then the Capcom decal on the bottom. You can see there are 4 rubber feet on there. The thing feels really, really nice. Now these are wood, and the decal on there seems really, really nice. There's a little nick right there, but that's not a big deal because it's an arcade machine. They got nicks. It gives it a little character, right? Joystick kind of feels good. The woodwork is very, very nice. I mean, they do a nice, got their fake or real T-molding, however you want to say it. On the top of the unit is, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see it, is our power button and volume control. Now, what's nice about Replicade is they have the light-up marquees, which is great. Take a look at the back real quick. Let's start with there. You can see they have dual speaker setup in here. It's a fake little latch, just how the arcade machine would have looked when you had to access it. But you can see down here is, well, let's go here first. We have the 2 full-size USB ports. That'll be for this one controller and a secondary one. So 3 people can't play, 2 people can play, but one of these joysticks will be a player 2, and then the other one would be used if you want to be player 1 without using the joysticks in here. And then our charging port. And then if you open up this little thing right here, look at that. Very, very nice. There's actually plastic covering it to keep it safe and protected. I'm not going to take it off right now because I'm a little freak. And then our controller is right here, and it looks like that uses the same micro USB. Oh, it's got a nice weight to it. It's got a little rubber feet on the bottom. Oh, clicky. Wow. Yeah, that feels really nice. It's got a nice weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It's got a Capcom, logo on the back with the 4 rubber feet. Has a micro USB there. Now, there's only 1 cable in here. I thought Mad Little Pixel had gotten 2. I think, oh, wait, I think there's a secret under here we'll get to in a second. So, that's micro USB, and I think the cable's under a trap door here. Mad Little Pixel, I saw that last night in his video. But the controller looks really, really nice. The decal feels real good. You can hear that. The joystick feels very clicky. It feels like a nice joystick. Very, very nice. And the buttons feel really, really nice as well. That's awesome. So if I'm not mistaken, let me take. I'm gonna go back to my double shot here, because if I'm gonna taking this in my arms, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. There we go. So if we take this over here, if you can kind of see it, and you cannot. Oh, there it is. It's kind of in there. It looks like there's a trap door on the top. So there it is. I'm gonna try and do it here, I guess. So when you take this trap door out, sure enough, there is another USB cable here. So that's for your joystick. So that's kind of cool that they had a little secret trap door up here, if I can get you to see it, hidden by this door to hold the wires. Let me see if I can put that back in. It should just slide right back in, right? You would think. That's a nice touch. That's really a nice touch. So you have a secondary joystick and it's padded in here. There's a little piece of foam on the sides here to keep your joystick safe when you put it back in the machine. Very, very nice. And the plastic does not feel cheap. It's a good solid plastic. I like that. Very, very nice. Good solid clunk when you close it. And it looks like there is a screen protector on the screen, so we are going to have to take this off. Can't keep that on. Of course, how do we get it? Sometimes you can't get your fingers in these things to get it out of the way. I'm going to go back to the other shot. Again, this is my new Wirecast software. I'm kind of trying out all these different shots and angles, so sorry about that, but I hope New Wave Toys won't mind my video change I'm doing here. So boom, let's go back this way, and we need to get this. There we go. That's very satisfying to pull that off. Very nice. Okay, so if you can see the artwork around the screen, I mean, that's really nice artwork. It continues down to the joystick area right here. I'll try and get back in the shot. It just looks really, really nice. The cabinet looks really, really nice. I like they got really good attention to detail here. Again, the joystick sounds, it feels really good. Very nice. And all the buttons work. Again, I am not a Street Fighter guy, so this is going to be mostly something I'm going to be looking at versus actually playing, because I'm just not big into Street Fighter. Now, in typical fashion, this is all it's supposed to be metal, and it's a little coin access area. So this opens up like so. Whoop. There we go. And then you can put coins in here. Now, they changed something in this one. In the Centipede and the Tempest, it was a hole that went all the way down. So you couldn't put coins in there. Now, there is a bottom. So now you could store your coins in here without worrying them falling in the machine and not getting them back. So that's very, very cool. Now, in the other ones, there was Atari logos, and they definitely changed it. It just has the standard 25 cents for both. So we're going to close that. And again, these are functioning buttons in here. And then they look like they have a secondary one here. If I can get it open. It is metal. So these are definitely metal. And they have a secondary one here. So that's kind of cool. I have no idea if the arcade had that. So I'll have to look at the machine. Again, I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, but I'm definitely a fan of New Wave Toys, which is why I had to get this. So I guess the next thing we're going to do is I'm probably going to change the camera angle and do a little gameplay of this here. So let's take a look at this playing. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we go to the back of the unit, You can see again we have the 2 USB ports for controllers, but there is a charging port, and I have just this power pack right here. So I'm going to plug this power pack into the Replicade unit right here. A little tight, but it goes in. I guess that's as far as it goes. Got the light up here showing we have juice. And I'm going to turn this thing on. So I'm not sure if the volume's up all the way. We'll put it right about there, I guess. There's a power switch on the back, so let's hit it. The marquee should turn on, and then of course the machine as well. There's our marquee lighting up. And it took a few seconds, but it says New Wave Toys and Replicade Amusements. See, I saw that. That was the startup test. Love that. They're making this as much of the arcade as they can possibly do. They didn't hide that behind something else. So very, very cool. Again, I am not a huge Street Fighter guy. I don't know any of the moves, but I will give it a try. I know we're going to put in some coins. Got a credit in there, and then I guess we are going to hit player 1 here. Ryu. I guess I'll do Ryu. Well, I can definitely say the buttons feel great. The joystick feels good, but I am definitely not gonna do I don't know any moves. He's just kicking my butt. Oh man, I didn't touch him. Let's get a little closer shot of me getting my butt kicked in this game.
Round 2, fight!
Oh, at least I got a hit in. Oh, I am done. I lose. Okay, again, I'm going to say that the joystick itself felt great, even though I stunk at it, and the buttons felt good too. Let's try it one more time. I mean, he really kicked my butt. I'm fighting myself again. I'm sure it's not going to go well. I'm sure the moves can be pulled off very easily because the joystick and buttons feel great. I just don't know any of the moves. But the machine and the screen looks great. I mean, the screen is beautiful. That did not go well. Okay, so this one, like I said before, is going to be used to put in coins for the game. This will bring up a menu. So with this joystick now, we can do different options. As game selection, press any key for action button. Difficulty, wow, that was on normal. I'm not so good. We could turn the marquee on and off. 1 or 2 player switch. And the backlight itself. So there's a couple options in here, and it even gives you down here the version number of the machine. So if I go down here to difficulty, let's see, sometimes you're going to press this button here to select it. Normal. Easiest. I think I will take easiest. Maybe I'll have a fighting chance with that. And let's try it one more time on easiest, see if I got a chance of doing anything here. Oh man, I was so close! He still beat me! But again, I gotta say that the controls, the buttons, and the screen just look great. At least if I could beat him once. The animation seems great. Okay, so Street Fighter is definitely not my game. Let's take a look at the secondary controller and try playing with that. Now, they did include another micro USB cable to connect it. So let's try that out and see how that works.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, like we showed before, this does come with a secondary controller. And it basically has a micro USB connector right there. So we'll take the cable and connect it. Now, on the back of the unit, there are 2 ports. If you want to use this for player 1, we have to go into the settings and tell it to do so. If you're going to be using 2 of these controllers for 2-player games, the top button here would be for your player 1 and the bottom one would be for your player 2. But we're going to plug this thing in and set this up as a 1-player game and just try it with that controller. So I need to go back to the front and we're going to go into the settings menu and we're going to go down to the player 1, player 2 switch and change that to on. And that should be it, I believe. So let's see how this works. If I have it set right, that is. Player 1, press start. It is set up on here now. So I tried pressing it here for player 1. It didn't work. It went to here. I'm going to try a different character. Maybe that'll do a little bit better. This feels really, really nice. And the rubber feet I'm sure will be fine on a table, but I'm going to hold it up for right now. Oh, I did a lot better with him. Let's get a little closer shot.
Round 2, fight!
Oh, I like him. He's better. So both joysticks felt the same. The bat tops, the artwork. It's really, really good. Now they do mark around the controller what they all do, but they're so tiny. You need to know what they are. Maybe you can read them, but I sure can't. The sound is really, really good. I'm going to actually turn the lights off in here just so you can get a look of how this thing does with the marquee lit up and so forth. So you get an idea of how the machine looks with the lit marquee, the lit coin buttons. Now on the back, which is kind of nice, look at that. They have some red, white, and blue lights down here for the joystick area. I'm going to go down a little bit. Look at that. So when you have your joystick back here, it'll be lit up. That's pretty nice. So even when you see every joystick in the housing, it'll light up really, really nice. So what's my final thoughts of the Replicade Street Fighter? Well, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not a fan of Street Fighter because I've really never played it much. It wasn't my game. I played Mortal Kombat a little bit more. But fighting games were never really my thing. But as far as the collectability and how well it looks and the sounds and the screen the additional controller. I think it's a really, really great system to have and to own. And of course, it goes along with my other two units, the Tempest from Replicade and the Centipede. And I can't wait to get their Asteroids and Missile Command. Those are my games. So when those two come out, I can do some great gameplays on those. Those are my games from my era. But if you like Street Fighter, this is something I think you're definitely going to like. The controls really felt great. They're clicky. They spring back. It just had a really good feel to them. The same with the buttons. They're clicky, but they're like instant response time, which is something you want to have with these type of games. But again, I can't say how well it translates over to the screen for you guys, but that screen is gorgeous. I mean, the colors are very vibrant. They're beautiful. So I think that Replicade has hit it out of the park once again. I thought their Centipede was phenomenal. The Tempest, again, I did like the Tempest, but I did feel that the spinner was not that good. But aesthetically, and the screen, and the sounds, everything else in that thing was great. But I'm still going to give them 3 for 3. I think they've really done a great job so far with all of these. I appreciate how well they packed it as well for shipping, to make sure that the box was okay. I appreciate the coins. I appreciate the metal coin doors right here to put, little coins in and other things like that. And actually, I think I like more that this does have a bottom to it versus the other two that was hollow. I mean, the other two you could put dollars in, I suppose. But for those tiny coins, that's a much better solution to do a coin door like that. The woodworking is really, really nice. It just looks really, really good all around. So if there's something you guys like, I definitely think you should pick this guy up. So I do thank you guys for watching the episode today. If you did like it, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and no matter what you do or how you do it, remember to game on.
Glen at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.